18-year-old Mariah Carey and 38-year-old Tommy Mottola began seeing each other, but the couple decided to keep their relationship a secret.
They both realized the worst publicity you can have for a brand new artist whose first record is to come out is the fact that she's having a romantic relationship with the president of the record company.
There was one person in particular Mottola didn't want to know about Mariah, his wife, Lisa.
At the time that they met, his marriage was essentially over.
Mottola had been married for more than 20 years and had 2 preteen children. Tommy filed for divorce soon after he began dating Mariah. On October 5th, 1991, Emotions was released. The album sold more than 3 million copies and peaked at number 4 on the Billboard charts. Meanwhile, Tommy Mottola's divorce from his wife of 20 years became final. Mottola and Carey didn't have to keep their relationship a secret any longer.
On June 5, 1993, 23-year-old Mariah Carey and 43-year-old Tommy Mottola were married at St. Thomas's Episcopal Church in front of 300 guests. Tommy immediately moved his new bride out of her Manhattan apartment and into a mansion upstate. To the world at large, it appeared that Mariah was a princess living a fairy tale existence, but to her, life felt much different.
I was kind of isolated from people and living sort of far away and often, outside of the city where I had grown accustomed to living, and I was sort of cloistered up in this place. And it was like, I just got used to expressing myself through the music only, as opposed to being out having fun.
Mariah's friends dubbed the couple's Bedford Hills estate Sing Sing.
On the one hand, Tommy was always yelling at Mariah to sing, put out more records, put out more product. On the other hand, it's sing as in prison.
On the 31st of August 1993, Mariah released Music Box, her 3rd studio album, and the first on which Sony allowed her to be lead producer. Music Box would become her most successful album, selling 32 million copies. But the fairy tale was beginning to unravel. Mottola's tendency to control Mariah left her feeling creatively stifled and personally trapped.
I was very, as you know, sequestered when I first started out. I wasn't really allowed out of the house.
Ever abused you?
Abuse has several categories.
You've been emotionally abused?
Emotionally, mentally.
Is it true that you would head for a cheeseburger at McDonald's and you'd be getting phone calls on your cell phone? Where the heck are you going?
Basically, yeah. It got to a point where I had to go.
After 3 years, she'd had enough. Mariah told Tommy she was leaving and moved out of their house in Bedford. The couple announced their separation on the 30th of May 1997. The divorce became final a year later.